Good morning, gardening friends. It's a little dreary out, but as a gardener, you're always, or you can always find something to do. So, a couple things that I'm going to be working on today. I so love paperwhites. The scent they give off in the house. I'm going to be potting up 2 pots to put in the house, my paperwhites. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is I had clipped back my white lye rose bush and got some really nice clippings off of them that I am going to propagate these and see if I can get some more rose bush. I'm going to post a photo of the white lye in the video and you will see why I want to see if I can propagate these, because these guys are just so beautiful, and the fragrance that they give off, you walk past it in the front yard and it just takes your breath away. Not overpowering, but just a nice soft scent to it. So I got I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 that I'm going to propagate and see if any takes. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is loading up another one of my vegetable gardens, because I also picked up some red and white onion bulbs. I'm going to get those in the bed so that this summer we will have onions to be able to harvest. So let me go ahead and get started on, first of all, getting my paperwhites potted up. Okay, so I so love paperwhites because, especially if you're a new gardener, one of the most low maintenance type of bulb that you can end up enjoying both inside and outside of your home. When it comes to the paperwhites, container doesn't matter. Get something pretty that you like. I tend to like the terracotta pots, but you can use a glass, a bowl, or what have you to plant them in. As far as medium, I'm using potting mix. You can use marbles, you can use anything to plant your paperwhites in it, because any type of medium is just for support of your bulbs, because they really don't necessarily need soil. That's why I say you can use marbles. And the thing of it too is when you place them, because they get this like I said, this amazing fragrance on it, and depending on the size of your pot, because I like the look of a nice cluster, and as you can see, these guys have already got like greenery of the shoots on it already. They were like that when I picked them up. So I'm actually putting 4 in this pot, and it doesn't matter how close they are. This pot's a little bit smaller, so I'm only going to be putting 2 in here. And the idea is just to have it sitting on top of the soil. I thought I had some moss, because I wanted to put moss around, the bulbs. I may need to put a little bit more dirt in this one to raise it up. And then they like moist soil, but not like sopping wet soil. And you want these guys to be where they are getting enough sunlight, bright and direct sunlight, so that these guys can end up doing well. And then this is the other thing. Every 3 days, I rotate mine. And a lot of that has to do with making sure that the flower stalks end up growing up straight. So I think I'm gonna put a little bit more soil in this one here too. But yeah, I'll go to the store and get some moss just to finish this off, especially since they're gonna be in the house. And then these guys, will end up growing. And like I said, the fragrance is just so very pretty. So these guys are done until I get the moss, and then I'll go ahead and water those. So here. Okay, so I got the moss on it. They have been watered. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take them in the house into a nice sunny location. All right, so the next thing is the roses, the clippings. Oh, rats, roots, root starter. All right, hold on, I gotta find that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reuse these pots to propagate my white lye roses. So one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 3 of the cutoffs in one pot, because like I said, I got 9 of them, because I had read somewhere what'll end up happening is they'll intertwine, the roots will intertwine and make a stronger root system, and then you end up having a fuller rose clipping. So I'm gonna try that out. Get these guys, these containers filled, and I'm using flower and garden soil. It has a little bit of fertilizer in it. The containers are nice and full. Oh, where's my little pokey? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the rooting powder, which helps speed up the process of your plants taking root. Oh, there it is. And then I'll use my pokey thing to make the holes for me to stick the roses in without breaking the stems. And what you do is you wet the bottom of it, dip it into the rooting hormone, tap off the excess, stick it down in there, and just repeat that process until you have all of, you're going to be propagating, into your pot. Now I'm doing 9 because, like I said, never know if something's going to end up taken, but I think I increase my chances when you end up propagating more than just a couple. And some of these guys are small, so like I said, if I've had success with propagating roses, so I'm not too worried about it. This is just a little guy, but sometimes the little ones are the ones that end up doing well for you. The last one. Make sure I got, oh yeah. I'm just making sure that the where the buds come out, I had it in the right direction. Okay, so like I said, I got 9 of them. I'm gonna go out and get these guys watered and put them in a sunny location so that they can start doing what they need to do. Like I said, I'm gonna post a photo up of what these roses will look like, because I have one up in the front yard, and it's probably at least 6 foot tall. So I'm gonna have to be smart about where I put this at if they end up taking off. So let me go ahead and get these watered, and then the next thing I'm gonna be working on is getting my red and white onions planted. Okay, so I've gotten them nicely watered, and I put mulch over it. Pretty much next week or this week, it's supposed to be below freezing. So because these are clippings and I want to increase their chances of being successful, I'm going to go ahead and put them inside the greenhouse with the other things that I am propagating or overwintering for next season. Okay, so it is starting to rain. It's just drizzling, but I ain't gonna melt because I want to at least get this bed filled and get a couple of my red and white onions in here. So let me go ahead and start dumping these bags in here. So like I said, I can get those onions planted, put some mulch over top of it, and then I'll water it, but then let the good natural rain also soak into the soil. The one thing that I do like about this soil, it does have fertilizer already in it. And then this is the thing, the fact that we did start our own compost, while it is not all the way broken down, one of the things that we did, because it was late in the season, when we did the beds, was we put plastic over it so that on some of the warmer days, it would retain the heat, and has just really broken down very nicely. I just so love the smell of the compost. All right, let me go get some more bags. Get these last couple bags in here, and it equates to 10 of these, what are they? 2 cubic feet bags. I haven't quite figured out whether or not it's better to do the bulk or the bags, because these bags ain't no joke. All right, so the bed is done, and like I said, I'm doing red and green onions, and I think I'm only gonna do like 5 of each, because I just want to see how it does during the not so warm months, but it also said that onions are cool season vegetables. And also it said the smaller seeds is what to plant, because then that allows it to go through the entire process of maturing. And with me, bulbs, not seeds, sorry about that. They said for the bulbs, you end up bypassing that first year when you do seeds, that you won't get anything. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing the bulbs. Only 5 of each, just to see how they do, and then go from there. So let me go ahead and get the onion bulbs. Okay, so these are the onions that I am going to be planting. I love the red ones. My husband loves the white onions. So we're going to be able to have what we both like. And the instructions. Okay, so the fact that this is fall, It says, plant as soon as possible, allowing the onions to get a start, to start a root system prior to our first frost. Down here in Georgia, it's so iffy, but we got this week a couple of days of freezing, below freezing, but I don't think it's going to do anything to freeze the soil. And then you plant the sets 4 inches apart, and they go where the tip is right at ground level, and then, or soil level, and then put a nice healthy coat of mulch on here. So, like I said, I might end up doing 10 instead of 5 of each. And then just in case some of you don't know what the bulbs look like, these are the white onion bulbs, and I'm assuming these are the ones that I will probably pull out and do more in the summer when I do my succession planting. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground. I'm not going to do make a row. I'm just gonna push these down in the ground. So like they said, the heads of them are above ground. They may look like they're a little bit more under the soil line. That's only because the dirt's gonna settle, and I don't want it to go too far. So let's go ahead and get the red ones in. And then the other thing, it said make sure, the soil is nice and loose, and this soil is very nice and loose for onions. Sat there and totally forgot to get my little markers so that I can mark where the onions for the white and the red start. So let me go get my marker right quick. So I'm going to mark my onions, the red and the white, and also the date that I am planting them. So I'm just gonna lightly put the soil over top. Give it an opportunity to settle without burying the onions. Okay. And let me get the mulch. Okay, so there is my second crops that I am doing, because my Brussels sprouts, my cabbage, my spearmint, and my rosemary are doing so well. We are expecting some frost, so we're in the process of putting up the unit for frost protector over the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts. Even though they are cold hardy, for it being consecutive days that is going to be below freezing, I want to make sure I got these guys protected. Okay, so in preparation for these next 3 days of this below freezing temperatures, we got the arbor over, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the frost cloth over here. Now, while these guys are cool season, to have consecutive days where it's freezing, I want to go ahead and get them protected. So, right. Well, thanks again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner. Have yourself a wonderful day.